Welcome back to another episode of The Shrine. After that very long sabbatical, we are finally back. Our ever reliable cameraman lost the footage, I'm told. But anyway, we move. Shout outs to Ian. It's been how long? It's been like 3 months? 3 months. It's been 3 months. And I've been getting so much feedback. Why aren't you recording anymore? What is Ebola? Guys, Ebola, what? We had to save the world. We had to save the world, but we are now back. And today's topic is Computer Misuse Act. But before we go any further, we have a segment that we had introduced where all of you tell us something new that you found out recently. First, introduce yourself, since today our Ian messed up.
But and our voice is recognizable enough.
You're not that famous. You're not that famous.
This podcast
not famous at all.
This podcast is not making us famous.
Not famous. But you implied that he is famous.
This podcast is not making us famous. Alright, good evening. My name is Shah Koba. What did I learn this week? I learned that the average pineapple has 7 grams of sugar in it. And it is that sweet. So we always putting 10 teaspoons of sugar. Please
start putting pineapples in tea.
It is also a suggestion.
And I always say, Oswan, if you want something new that I recently learned, it is that I learned a very astonishing fact that every year more than 1,000 letters are sent to Jerusalem, Israel, addressed to God Almighty.
I that is the salary.
So I don't know who has given people the impression that the old man in the sky now lives somewhere in the desert in the Middle East. I find it interesting. I find it curious and interesting.
You guys roamed up the sky. It was one day and then the man has relocated to the desert. You finish in this piece.
Maybe all this, like, of course we know who is giving this impression, the Bible.
Yes.
So maybe someone
but the Bible doesn't outrightly say that God lives there.
Well, they had a burning bush. Must have thought this is his kitchen. So the city room was there.
The burning bushes in around
extrapolation and interpolation. The address is around.
Let me say, if I don't know if you're a Christian, all of us are not going. I read the Bible. I'm not very sure that none of us
all of us are not going.
No.
Excellent going.
None of us can make it.
By the Bible says about that.
The number 400,000 or something?
Yeah.
I think he already got his people in. I think it's very
I'm sure I will. Ever since the day the world began.
Because the guy has never come back. Because they think he was coming back soon.
Actually, the 8 billion. If they only take 44k, 8 billion.
That's what I'm saying. I think the 44k he already got them.
But is it 44? Like it's 14.
Like 44,000.
So what is the size of the real estate of hell? This must be prime property. Just think about it. If we're 8 billion to date, you've not counted the ones that already there.
I think it was Oscar Wilde who said that if it was possible, I would want to be allowed to crisscross between heaven and hell. Because I want to go to heaven for the weather and hell for the company.
So in brief, the devil is a real estate developer.
Man, most of the people are his.
So he has to plan.
He's an influential guy. You know how you can have someone who has lost the election, but you respect him because he has half of the population. This one even has more than half. Because for you,
out of 8 billion, 14,400 something.
The rest are his.
The rest are his.
And we are speaking even 44 million. Given, but the standards are a bit tricky for entering heaven. The entry requirements are very rigid. Even 40,000 may not reach who can successfully fulfill.
And you have to first eliminate like those Bible guys. There's that guy who rode to heaven on a chariot. I feel like those.
That's what was the 44K.
And that's what I'm saying. That maybe 44K has reached. It's 44K has
and like these ones, the devil they yours to do.
But those things were suspicious also. The guys who were chosen to go on the chariot, because that guy was a murderer. The guy who went to heaven arrived. So they not murderer.
So basically, so the only talks is this. I think how guys in opposition these days, you join opposition, make the most noise, terrible noise. They grab you quick, and then tomorrow morning you on the right side. So essentially, God works on the same principles.
Clever people can change.
So God works on the same principles.
Please.
You sign off the other side. It becomes a good thing.
Let's focus.
He also got us some rules that are similar to computer missing. Then they got blasphemy. Blasphemy is a form of computer missing.
By the way, he has a Twitter handle, so.
Yeah, it's there. It's okay.
The topic today, Computer Misuse Act. Chihugu here tells me it's an amendment.
Yes, it is.
It is. There's a Computer Misuse Act.
2007 section.
Yeah, so
basically amending the previous
so the
Computer
previous
Misuse Act.
one was when it came out 2015, 2000.
Yeah.
2015 around there.
How come we didn't make much noise when it came out?
A lot of laws pass under the radar in this Uganda and people don't discuss them. We didn't even make noise about the Income Tax Act.
Yeah.
And then that will affect the money that we are making. So I think as Ugandans we're not very interested in laws and what they say.
No, so the original act came out in 2011. That was the original Computer Misuse Act. So it came out in 2011. Then
A few people of course make comments, at least in the news and what, so people did.
And then I think someone who the name of this bill, and now we're here. With the most shady amendments I've ever seen in my life.
What do you mean most shady amendments? Because I remember the two, let me say the face of the bill was Mr. Muhammad.
Yeah, because I think if I remember that bill,
What changed that brought all this whole about?
Oh, why was there?
Why
was there need for an amendment?
Yes, for the amendments, yeah.
I think they don't like the political. And for the personal, what should I say, the interests of a particular group of people. And I think they even had people that they were targeting to prosecute it. It's not a unique thing in this Uganda for a law to be passed targeting a particular group, individual or group of individuals. And I think this is one of those laws. It is quite obvious that this has come at a time when the former security minister died. And people were seen on social media celebrating.
True.
And I think the older members of the ruling party were not happy with this, and they felt that they needed a way to punish these people. At least there have to be some legal way to punish them. You can't just keep taking them in drones. So you need to have some way that you can prosecute them if you've arrested them. I think there's a girl who was prosecuted. I think you saw her.
That's what I was about to ask. Has anyone been
Yes. Many people are currently facing prosecution under that law. Yeah, but I think largely it was a reactionary thing. I think they didn't even consider all the things that they should have considered before passing the NLO.
How so?
General application, efficacy. It was very limited. People did not think of the full scope of this law. What is it likely to cause? What else is it likely to...
the fallout.
Yes, that's the fallout basically. What else?
It's a butterfly effect. The butterfly in Africa flaps its wings and the plane crashes into the towers in America. So when they were passing this law, no one was considering if I'm continuing person XYZ or if I want things to look XYZ in this modern world that is as hyper-connected as it is, what is the fallout of whatever of this in this world? No one stopped to think about that particular part there.
Have you gone through the provisions and what?
We have some of them at hand, really. And they are very short. They are too general. There is such a thing as being too general. You're so wide that you've now crossed into ambiguity. It's not so.
Okay, my main issue with this Computer Misuse Act likely is that it first of all seeks to police speech. Because posting on the internet likely is a form of speech. You're expressing yourself, self-expression.
True.
And one of the core rights that we have in our Bill of Rights is the right to freedom of expression. And the right to freedom of expression has been litigated in this country extensively, to even the level of, I think, the Constitutional Court, which decided in Anumwenda and Onyango
versus
versus the Attorney General. And where they decided that people have basically, what that court said is that people have the right to insult you and say things you don't like. That is part of freedom of expression. I even want to quote one of those old authors, I think it was George Orwell, who said, if the right to freedom of speech means anything at all, it should mean the right to tell people the things they don't want to hear.
True.
That if at all you say that I am free, that I have freedom of speech, that I am free to speak, the minimum standard of that freedom of speech is that I can tell Mugisha what he doesn't want to hear, and I'm not what, and nothing bad happens to me. But if you're saying that I am free to speak only if it doesn't offend Mugisha here or any other person, then I'm not free. You're pretending that I'm free.
There's a flip side of that quote. I'm not sure who said it, but the flip side of that quote was, if you want to find out who is in charge of your society, you find out the person.
We were not allowed to say
You find out who you can't criticize or insult. And then you know that is the person that is running the society. It's not, you've not volunteered to be run by them, they're just ruling over the whole thing.
For like you're using all of course it's a bill, so it has to be in all.
No, it's a law.
It's a law. Sorry, it's a law. It has all these legal terms, but I want you to put it in plain terms for someone as simple as our cameraman Ian, who loses footage like a child. I want you to put it down, break it down so simply that even Ian can understand. If I insult Honorable Muhammad today, how?
Now, it's not even just, by the way, it doesn't expressly say insulting, but it uses very general words. Words that we don't know. How are we going to determine what is malicious, for instance?
This is an amendment to section 36 of the initial act. So this amendment goes, misleading or malicious information. A person shall not send, share, or transmit any misleading or malicious information about or relating to any person through a computer. So now the question becomes, what is malicious and what is misleading?
And remember, that goes strongly directly against the principle that was clearly stated in the Onyango case. Because the Onyango case clearly said that, for instance, there cannot be a crime called publishing false information, because ideally this is what it means. Because if I'm producing misleading information, then maybe it's false. But again, the court was very clear that we cannot sacrifice freedom of expression. We would rather allow people to publish false information. And I also think that, okay, maybe there could be some danger about publishing false information. For instance, if there is a pandemic and I'm out here telling people that you can call beer to cure COVID, maybe that is indeed dangerous. And I agree that maybe that every right, as per Article 43 of the Constitution, every right has to be subject to limitations. But there is no limitations. And you can
but there I wouldn't need, if you say there's a pandemic and you say drinking cold milk cures COVID, then
it is misleading.
Yeah, it's misleading, but you should not be charged.
That you should go to jail and must never even run for office in the next 10 years. That you have done such a very dangerous thing that must. I don't think that the punishment and the offense.
That's what I was saying. What are the punishments? What punishment? For example, for that, for sharing misleading information.
A person who contravenes commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 750 currency points, or imprisonment not exceeding 7 years or both.
So a currency point is about 20k.
750 currency points multiplied by 750. That gives you around how much?
You are lawyer.
1.5 million.
You are not doing that.
Okay, but it's a lot of money. No, prison for 7 years, really. For me, I think that is extremely ridiculous. For me, I think that this generation, first of all, I would like to, this is my personal sentiment, that the generation we live in now, in terms of being brittle, I would, for lack of a better word, that you're too soft. Any small thing can make you cry.
Yeah.
For me, I was always on the old principles and notions that sticks and stones break my bones. But
the small issues.
Yeah, but once, and I strongly believe in this, that, for instance, I mean, even the idea of cyberbullying, because I think maybe it's also related to that. How can you tell me that you're being cyberbullied? You see, for me, I was bullied in first year, in S1. But I could not run away from the bully. The bully was stronger than me and he was right there. Said, open your suitcase, I need to access. Now that's a new bully. But the bully, when he searched you on Twitter, I post a picture and the bully says you have a big stomach.
Son has never moved on from the guy who took his OD.
That's not a bully. Because I can unfollow the bully, I can block the bully,
True.
I can choose mute. I could simply not look at the phone. So I really don't think that somebody who just said something mean on the internet deserves 7 years in prison. You mean when they come to where, but even Kazida didn't get 7 years.
Also, how do you? Because I can say I was hacked. I can say it was not me who used my phone. I can use a pseudo account with all these things.
Yes, because of like any offense, the standard of proof is beyond reasonable doubt. So whoever is prosecuting you has to prove beyond doubt that you are the one who did it. All the other rules of any crime still apply. Yeah.
So now there is this is the one that matches me up every time. Amendment of Section 12 of the Principal Act. It was a person who without authorization accesses or intercepts any program or another person's data or information, voice or video records of another person, or shares any information about or that relates to another person, commits an offense. If someone has sent me a WhatsApp voice chat but I don't shared it, I have committed an offense.
Without that is why I was telling you that it is not that what? It is fishy. For lack of a better word, because now what you and there's another part that he says. For instance, access is very important. I think that would be accessing and intercepting. I think they mean hacking.
Yes.
That I can access and get it.
Yeah,
but not about video recording.
When you read it in full, when you read that section in full, it stops making sense of that. Like, accesses any program.
Now, does this mean that I cannot video record anything without permission of the person? If I witness, let's say, a thief is picking someone's phone.
You have to ask for permission. Can I record you for
because if you record him without his permission, then under this law you have committed an offense.
this makes
so now, does this cover also CCTV cameras? Because they are recording us without permission.
No, so let me ask you. If I say I'm recording someone without permission, right? Is that recording, is it now, because of this act, does it become inadmissible in court?
Because it's obtained illegally.
Illegally.
Yeah.
Because per the law, it was obtained illegally.
Yeah. That's what this would mean. And that's why I think that Honorable Muhammad was very misguided. I don't know what.
So, in essence, if I see a crime happening and I record it, then police is not allowed to take it as evidence in court.
That this crime has been committed. Unless you saw the permission
from the perpetrator. Now, we're just.
And it's not only limited by the way to crimes, but
that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Is it limited only?
For instance, if I'm at a party and I see people dancing and I'm happy with what they're dancing and I record it and I share it, I'm like, you get. Would it be fair for you to subject me to 7 years in prison or 750 currency points of a fine? Just
that's 15 million, by the way.
Yeah, just because I enjoy it.
Yes. Where were you having fun?
So I think that that law it doesn't align with the principles of natural justice. Because I don't see the real issue that they're looking to solve. So I don't know what are we hoping to achieve with this law. What are we
propaganda? They're trying to stop, fake news on social media.
But you see, it works like this. There's an English saying that says never throw the baby out with the bathwater. Which is basically these people were so dirty they would share once a year. And the father would go first and then they go and send him out of age. And the baby was usually the last person. By the time the baby is showering, the water is dirty. So you may accidentally throw both the water and the baby in. So it means take the good and try and separate the two before what you need. The issue with trying to police propaganda and speech is it's very hard to draw the line between propaganda, speech and proper speech and misinformation. To give an example, Pfizer was swearing up and down for the last 2 years that they had tested they had run all human trials and their vaccines were safe. We find out recently that in a Senate hearing that they had never run human trials. So now the people that spent 2 years saying these vaccines were not tested in that period
were called
propagandists. Now the very people that were saying that they tested and believed were the ones spreading misinformation. But this chap has already been called a propagandist. And been treated as such.
Probably under this act, if he had been arrested, he would probably have
still be serving in 7 years.
Yeah, it would have served 2.
But now you've wasted the man's 2 years. So the problem with trying to police freedom of speech to this extent is it's quite hard to police the way people think. Because freedom of speech is essentially how people think.
Yeah, because what you say is what
What
you're
you're
thinking.
thinking. So if you're trying to stop someone from thinking, then I think we're running into the wrong direction.
That is, yeah.
As a society,
You're
really.
reaching to the core of what we call human rights. Because now,
No, not even. I'm not a fan of that. You're reaching to the core of what it means to be human. To be human is to be able to think.
Yeah,
I think therefore I am.
I know.
So if you can't think,
you're discarded.
then what I. So if you're saying, we're protecting people from propaganda, it's okay. Let natural selection work. The ones that believe propaganda that harms them, let's just say that
And
is natural
also,
selection.
because now, if let's say spreading misleading information has now become so dangerous that it has to be criminal, should we begin by arresting all the politicians? Because they mislead us every 4 years. Every time they have to come back and if we were to get every politician who has been in politics for the last 20 years, and you just get your manifesto from 2001, the moment you discover lies, we put you inside. Because now
7 years for every lie. 7 years for every lie.
Okay, the law will not apply effectively, but I am sure you get the drift.
Yes.
You cannot punish people for basically, because also now there is also a requirement for a mental element that you have to have a malicious intent for any crime. Now here what will be the because what if I don't know that I'm misleading people? What if it's my honest belief?
Yes.
Is this strict liability crimes?
Well, no, they're not strict liability.
So then how are you going to
prove
the malicious intent of this? Well, if they're not strict liability, how are you going to prove malicious intent of this?
I told you guys, please, when you're saying anything, imagine you're explaining to Ian, not a young child. Ian is worse than but what is strict liability?
So if you eat someone that is below 18, you don't need to prove whether you knew or not that they were below 18.
Basically, under no circumstances, strict liability is what they call an exception to the general rule.
Yeah.
The general rule is that for any offense, if someone should be convicted for committing an offense, you have to prove two things. What we call actus reus, and revenge where actus reus is the act itself. For instance, if it is defilement, defilement is strict liability, but any offense, but let me use it as an example. Ideally, if it was not a strict liability offense, you would have to prove not just that the person had sex with an underage person, but also that they knew
They were underage.
that they intended to defile. But now for strict liability, like defilement, they say you just have to prove that you did it. You don't have to prove that you knew or had any malicious intent beforehand. So that.
I see. So here you don't know whether it's strict liability or not.
Well, the general rule is that it's every offense is not strict liability. So unless it has specifically been designated as such, that's what makes it a strict liability offense. So anyway, this one would have to assume that it's not. Yeah.
Unless. Wow. I'm shocked that already it has needed and people fighting for.
Yeah, but
I think it was a knee-jerk reaction. It was emotional. People, people have the way they feel when. But otherwise, one could even argue that the good minister, for instance, before his passing, someone could argue that the comments he made about the killings are also malicious. You get people have been killed, people have been shot in the head. A woman was delivered in food and she was shot in the head. And for you come out and say, hey, when you reach a level of violence, police has the right to shoot you. But now has that woman reached a level of violence or anything? But we could consider that also malicious and insensitive, and maybe that is the same. Because normally any law is something you're trying to cure in society. You're trying to either prevent a certain bad habit from coming out. So with this law, I wonder what are we trying to cure? Are we trying to control how people?
I remember watching that interview and the poster where they called him Honorable Sereko going against the legal rebel.
That's what I was right. When he told Sereko, I want my right to call you a fool.
Yeah, but basically the court said the same thing in Amrimwenda, that people have the right to say things you don't like.
I think being insulted is part of life, really.
Yeah.
I know, but
and even how do we determine what is insulting? Because these words have different meanings. Because you choose to get insulted, because it's not the word I say that.
You don't choose to get insulted. You choose to get offended.
Your interpretation of the words is what causes them to be offensive.
So
that's what I was trying to say.
If I come and tell you, man, you're stupid, right? Me to you, right?
You could tell me I'm stupid and I laugh.
Yeah.
You could tell him he's stupid and he loses his mind.
I know a random guy.
So it's his interpretation of the words that makes them offensive, not the words themselves. Because the same words could be told to someone else and they'll be amusing.
So now are we? So if you're basing a law based off.
So now does that mean that we rely on everybody's personal feeling?
But that's where we are with the words, you know.
And the feelings then.
You have to see me and correctly identify which pronouns I identify as.
Yeah, I think that is also.
There's a Jordan Peterson question.
Mm.
It goes, to what extent do I have to participate in your self-worth?
Yeah.
Like, because I am an individual, you're an individual.
Mm.
You have your self-worth, I have mine, right? Now you want me to participate in your self-worth, but it's called self-worth.
By saying the things that you wish to hear,
Yeah.
so that you can see yourself a certain way.
Yes. So to what extent am I
For me,
mandated to participate in this?
I think I buy the Jordan Peterson argument that people should be thicker skins, really. People should have thicker skins, but they should be able to tolerate hearing things they don't like. I think that's not the worst that can happen, really. The hearing of actually, major research was conducted and we recently discovered that hearing opposing viewpoints does not cause any real harm.
It's still there.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I don't know. I think that it is a slippery path that we are taking.
True.
One where we think that people's feelings must be protected from opposing viewpoints.
There's a book called The
We should develop tougher skills, not more laws.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese saying that
We should
goes,
be more tolerant.
that goes, prepare the child for the road, do not prepare the road for the child. So you go and tell the child, life is harsh, but this is how you deal. Don't now go and say, please call my child XYZ, otherwise you will fall. How you frame it? I feel like
I think that our society has given so much power to words.
True.
The unnecessary power also.
And individualism, you know.
Yeah.
Because like you said, your self-worth, it's to you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's you. Yeah.
I was digressing a bit, but back to the computer misuse. We've had this, by the way, it's the same debate we had even with like the mental health thing, with the picture of that boy who was obese. They posted online, and these two camps that were arguing, oh my god, you are fat shaming.
but you fat.
You made it 7 years.
Remember, this is a public platform.
No, okay. Look at it like this. Objectively, you can see someone that is fat. Right?
But now, you know, for instance.
So if I call you fat and you really are fat,
Yeah.
how am I insulted?
Not to like it into the laws on what we have on defamation, for instance. Defamation has been a law that has been existing to prevent people from basically saying false and malicious statements about other people.
Man, that's another thing I don't get. Sorry. That's another thing I don't get about this. Everything this act pretends to remedy is covered by like thousands of other acts already.
And for instance, for defamation, I would understand. Because defamation, there can be actual, and because when with defamation, there is a requirement for actual harm. One of the elements of the offense is you have to show that you suffered actual harm. For instance, if I went out there and I say, who maybe is the rapist, and as a result, he lost the client. The client said, I cannot hire a lawyer who is the rapist. Now he has suffered actual harm. You get, and that is why I would be punished under
The defamation.
Yes. For that one makes sense. But in this other one, not. Is there any actual harm?
No.
Just because someone said you're ugly, it's an opinion. You get, you can say you're ugly, for you can refuse that opinion. You are but to refuse that opinion.
You are beautiful.
So that's the thing I don't get, like all the ills that this law is purporting to, defamation, like the actual laws and case laws and precedents that really cover them. So why do we need to bring this up?
Like I said, it was reactionary. It was the knee-jerk reaction. Some people felt offended, powerful people felt offended.
Yeah, but
they felt they need to be able to punish such people.
But there are already
So
laws
they just
that
gave
allow you to
instructions.
punish.
They said, gentlemen, we need a law.
Yeah, but there are already laws that allow you to punish.
And a
such.
certain lawyer had to take his kids to school.
Yeah.
There's always a lawyer somewhere. There's always a lawyer.
Only 20 hours.
There's a lawyer.
We're here to serve justice. It's not our fault justice is expensive.
I think that of all the issues that could come up from misusing computers, we focus on the most negligible.
No. Let me show you how absurd this is. Right? Recently, some service providers that deal with people's money lost 60 billion.
Yes, I've heard of that for some. I think it was 50 billion, was around
60
there.
billion.
I heard of that service provider also. And I thought those would be the real issues that would.
This should be the real issue about misusing computers. People have lost 60 billion.
Using a computer to steal money.
FTX
Such a person will arrest him.
FTX was in Uganda, guys lost billions.
Exactly. BLQ.
Guys lost billions. There's a lady that put 60
So I think those are the real issues that they should have focused on when it comes to misusing computers, but not.
The things of
insulting MPs.
Yeah, that the MPs are feeling offended. Is it a national priority to protect their freedom?
And remember, the people that did these crimes, they move scot-free. Like, there's no regulation around the industries. Like, the actual industries.
The directors of PLQ just walked away with their money like that.
Yeah. So, and that is actual computer misuse because they actively recruited guys to something they knew as a Ponzi scheme and people lost money and they told them we'll be back with another scam. So, there's actual harm, intent, there's no remorse. Like, this should be the things we're chasing down.
As a society, we have lost track of our priorities. We don't know what our priorities are. We just, it's knee-jerk reactions all over the place, depending on who has power and who can decide what gets to.
Like I always tell you guys, back then, I was still very young. I read, yes, I'm an ancestor. So many cycles. I read an article. The problem is it was a letter. You know that editorial section of the news where they write letters and Observer, and someone asked who sets government priorities. That was the title of.
That's the question I've asked myself.
Yes, he asked
who determines what our priorities are.
Yes, like
that's what I'm focusing on right now as a country.
You know, there's a time here where we had, as a country, we had the house, like parliament, debating Puchingo's marriage.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It came up and someone wrote it up.
The people were elected.
Felt it pertinent to table it for national discourse.
What does his marriage have to do with the rest of us?
That as a country, this is a banana republic.
Who sets government priorities?
There's a Jack Hall lyric that goes, who you entangle with does not really benefit me in any way. If I'm to phrase it lightly. So, how are good news entanglements to my benefit or detriment?
I don't know, but at one point this was the national issue. We've had Brian White be the center of attention in the House.
So we really have priorities. Okay, can you say then that this law should not be surprising because we have proven a track record of not having serious priorities?
I think there's another example. A long list of and part of the evidence we have that this is not a serious country.
Vibes and inshallah.
So we may argue with the wrong thing.
We're just making things up along as we go.
So clearly then we argue with the wrong things because if we already have evidence that the country runs on vibes and
because I don't know if other countries also randomly discuss such unserious matters in their parliament. I would assume that the House of Parliament would even have like an agenda for the next 6 months and that items would be competing to get on that agenda. And you have to show that something is very important for it to get to the table. But it also goes down to the quality of MPs that first of all we have so many, an unnecessary number, 400 and something, totally unnecessary. What do we need all these people for? I don't think that even 100 people can sit down and have a sensible discussion. So to imagine that 400 people in the same house, you're expecting discourse, you're playing yourself. So I think this is
my only regret is they don't give us content. Have you seen the clips of the South African parliament?
Yeah.
They give us funny content.
Yeah, but okay. Now for that
They are incompetent.
most of them don't even go there. Actually, many of them don't even sit at Parliament now. Parliament spends a lot of money hiring officers for them at Kampala, Kingdom Kampala. So they sit there at Kingdom Kampala, they are doing their own personal business. This is just...
So it doesn't
matter. Politics is just another way to get rich. And that's why people invest that much money to get there.
So if we're debating an issue that needs the whole house, where do they sit if they can't fit in Parliament?
I think isn't that why we bought them iPads? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they will attend online.
On Zoom or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's...
But just know that there's a big number of MPs and at a very high cost to government, they are sitting at Kingdom Kampala.
Not set to government, please. Set to
us. Because government is funded by us.
Yes, it's our taxes.
So what do they do at Kingdom Kampala?
vibes and inshallah.
We've already told you.
So that really, I believe, with that sort of context and background, and this is one of the most brilliant acts we have ever produced.
Okay, I think that one Asereko should be ashamed. But is it in the sun?
We do as a country. We do, I don't know anyway. Maybe.
When everyone is mad, lower the bar of expectation.
Even if the bar is low, the bar is already low enough.
I don't know, and it's only here where our politicians act like.
But
As a politician, you have to know that you are going to be judged by history.
Yes, and the comments will be made, and so very comments will be made about you. Because you're a public figure, there will be bad and good comments. And I think you should learn to expect that. As a bare minimum, if we are paying you that much,
Yes.
the least you can do is accept some criticisms.
Some criticism. Because
you can't take my money and I don't get to.
Exactly, I can't even complain that you're not doing the work.
yeah. And you know, they even have that. I don't know what to even call it, because impunity doesn't seem severe enough.
No, but see,
They have that knack of, like, they have the right to increase their own salaries.
Yeah.
but I've already said.
And of course, also the central government also allows it to happen because they feel they need those guys. Those guys are their rubber stamp. So
Imagine working when you decide your own salary.
yeah.
No, but I've already said, and I believe in it strongly, even up to now, that government is just a reflection. It is a mere reflection of society at large. All the ills we purport government to have. If you were to pick any random Ugandan off the side of the road
It's likely to be that way also.
and give him the same position,
Obviously, the MPs we have, the leaders we have, from our same society, they are a reflection of how all of us are thinking. Yeah, that's what I don't.
So I would not want to hold government to account. When we say that we lack national priorities, let's not lie down at Parliament's doorstep. Let us say generally as Ugandans, we have no serious
I
national
don't
priorities.
believe that there are no serious Ugandans out there who can.
Yes,
It
no.
goes down to the selection process first of all.
They're serious Ugandans. First in the selection process. Let's say we are still at 44 million chaps hanging around the country, right? Of that 44 million, say 2% are serious, right? And now you've decided to select leaders using popular democracy. What are the chances that you're going
It
to
means that if a total majority of people for lack of unwise, for lack of a better word, it means that they are likely to vote their fellow unwise guy to represent them.
Yes.
Because his own appeals to the things they like.
Their sentiments.
Yeah.
So that means, technically speaking,
And somebody once said that the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. It doesn't.
5 minutes will be long. Do it in 3.
And after you converse with the voter for 5 minutes, you will be saying, please, let us do all of this.
But 5 minutes is long, you can do it in 3. 1, 2, 3, I'm done. So, really, I would not want to lay it all I would want, these days my approach to politics generally is when people start complaining about government and parliament and leadership, it's, I really want people to turn inwards and correct them. Because even without this law, you know that there's some bosses there, you crack a joke and he doesn't like it, it appears on WhatsApp is going to fire half the department.
Yeah.
So if now you make such a man MP.
You carry on the same mentality.
The guy has not paid you in 6 months, but you come up to tell him you've not been paid. I feel some way like you're threatening me, you leave. And then you also see him by the way tweeting that government is disturbing his freedom of speech. So I think it's the same thing. We don't need to be too hard on them. We need to be hard on ourselves.
So in summary, you guys, you don't think this law has merit?
This law is Uganda.
If somebody went to I think if somebody went to the constitutional court, they would challenge it and have it thrown out the same day. For me, that is my conclusion. This is not a law worth being on our law books. We should be ashamed of it and maybe expunge it as soon as possible.
I would like to associate myself with the views of my land friends, but with the caveat that this law is also very Ugandan. And because it is Ugandan, we should have Ugandan expectations for
I
it.
see. Like, what does it say? Like, does it protect children?
Well,
Data?
it has a thing on children.
And even that, of course, they try to put this provision, but
So they say.
But I believe those are already covered in some other bills.
oh, yes.
They are, but Right. Okay, let me look for it.
I'm struggling here to find it.
This particular amendment was for social media, basically. Yeah, when the Computer Misuse Act first came, I think social media use was not as much widespread in Uganda as it is now. So they just felt they need to put particular clauses.
So
that
this is
Before this law came,
this is
there's
the
a
children's part. It's an amendment, section 22 of the Original Act. It was, a person shall not send, share, or transmit any information about or relating to a child through a computer unless the person obtains consent of the child's parent, guardian, or any other person having authority to make decisions on behalf of the child. So you can't, any information about the child or relating to the child. So even the child's report card, you need to first ask the parent for permission to send, to email them the report card.
life changes so much. I was somewhere recently, and I was seeing senior fours, vacists, and all of them had smartphones. They were snapping.
Yeah. Back when we were in S4.
Yes,
That's
I
like-
didn't have
It
dreams
was
of-
the community.
I didn't have dreams of holding a smartphone.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
I know.
Times
that,
have changed.
It is relevant, of course, to have our laws reflect the changing times. But we must not forget the core principle. The principle of natural justice. And
Well, I've struggled to find a merit, but it seems even when I'm hard pressed, there's nothing really to upload about the law. Thank you guys for tuning in again.
People disappointed your podcast hasn't made us famous yet.
It's baby steps, baby steps. 2023 is our year. 2023 is our year. Well,
inshallah.
thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Peace.